All right, everybody, I'm very excited. I'm in Corfu, Greece, and I'm with one of my best friends, Aaron Cordovez. Very accomplished, multi-eight-figure Amazon seller, very charitable guy. I admire this guy a lot. Aaron, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm friends with Craig, so that's a big accomplishment. I was there when he sold his Frisbee company. I don't know anybody who sold more Frisbees than this guy. So that's my accomplishment, is just knowing Craig. No, so I mean, I started selling on Amazon in 2015. I was broke. In my sense, broke. But, you know, trying to get by, trying to be a better father, trying to be a better person, trying to make a little bit more income to have some freedom, to maybe one day come and go to some remote island somewhere with the family, with a good group to try to change the world. So our first product was a lemon squeezer.
Right, I remember going to China with you.
Yeah.
Doing a sourcing trip.
That's right.
And you were just the lemon squeezer guy. I was just the bike lights and Frisbee
That's
guy.
right. That's right.
Look at you now. How many products do you have now?
We have probably amongst everything more than 2,000 SKUs.
Wow.
You know.
And then you also have an acquisition company called
That's right.
Nexus Capital.
That's right.
And unlike a lot of Amazon aggregators that run their brands into the ground, you guys actually turn your brands up and you get the
That's right.
statistics and sales up and the profits up. How do you accomplish that?
So it's the same thing. You use the same principles, because if you can get a brand, so Zula Kitchen went from 0 to over 80 million last year, right? In some amount of years. The same skill set, the same improvement of the image, the same finding of products, the same advertising strategies, like all those things, they apply to your own brand, but also to a new brand. So it's a little bit easier to get a brand that's brand new, that, you know, probably doesn't use at least half of the strategies and techniques that you're using, to get that brand from 5 million to 10 million than it is, you know, to grow, let's say, whatever. That same percentage growth is much harder from, let's say, 80 million to 160 million.
Right.
But from a company that's at 5 million to go to 10 million, or 10 million to 20, it's much more easy, because all the things that we do, not all those pieces are in place in all these companies. Most of the time, you know, their images need work, advertising needs work, the product needs improvement. And so you just apply the same principles that you can grow one brand to do the other ones. Most of the people who are in the aggregator space, you know, they didn't come from Amazon. They didn't build Amazon brands from zero. And so then they don't have the same skill set to grow.
Right. And another thing I noticed that a lot of aggregators got themselves into trouble is they were taking on really high interest rate debt. And so you turned the whole industry upside down, and you're just a disruptor in the space. So you actually raise capital with investors and you let them become 50% partners in your ventures. And you guys grow these businesses and let your investors benefit on the ride with you guys, right?
Yep, yeah, accredited investors only. So again, not an offering here. Unless you're an accredited investor, then you can go to the website, nexuscap.com, with two X's. The idea is that if you can grow the company, right, and you split it, and the purpose is driving more profits. The purpose is to actually continue to make the company be profitable, and you're not trying to make money off of investors, because what happens is, in the typical the private equity space, you make money when other people lose money, essentially. So you buy the company for 10 million and you want to sell off the company for 20 million, and then you make money there, and regardless of if the company cash flowed or made money, you don't care. You just make money when you sell it for more, and if you sell it on a multiple of revenue, the company could be losing money and you still profit. So what happened in like a company like a Thrasio, right? They went on a valuation and they were pushing for growth without profit. So the people who invested can then make money off the sale when someone else pays or overpays, right? So the overall strategy is not to make the company more profitable. Our strategy, we have the cash flow. If the investors don't make money, we don't make money. So we're on the same exact strategy. It's as opposed to us having one exit plan and they have a different exit plan. We're both on the same plan, because the company needs to profit, and then we can split that money. And so with just the mindset of both wanting to win in terms of profit, I think changes the model in a huge way. And also, of course, interest payments. But the primary is that we both have the same goal, the investor and the operator.
Right, this is very common in the real estate industry, where you have syndicators, like Grant Cardone, for instance, keeps 20% in his deals, and he raises the capital and makes sure that the deal is successful. Just like that, you're the guardian, or, you know, the business mind behind making things happen and make things grow. Now you've got a great partner in David. How do your responsibilities split up?
First, to back up a little bit, on real estate funds, right? the crazy thing about real estate funds is that the biggest job is picking of the deal. You pick the deal, right? You grab it, and that's like probably a majority piece of the work. And then of course picking the management firm. So you pick a management entity, and these guys collect the rents, they do all the stuff, they fix it up, whatnot. And then you can do like some strategic stuff, like, okay, you're gonna change the floors, you're gonna change whatever. However, the day-to-day operation is not as technical as it is on Amazon. So on Amazon, if you kind of let it coast and you hire a management firm, your company will go down and eventually will be worth little to nothing. That's my own opinion. It's not a hard fact. Maybe some brand will continue to grow, but typically you can't just hire an agency to grow your thing. Unlike in real estate, you have a building, you can just hire a management firm, and the rents will still go up. The value still goes up with the company, no matter what like the land is going to go up, and so that's why the returns in real estate are a lot smaller, because it doesn't require a good operator, right? Pretty much any operator, if you bought the right deal, it's going to go up in value. Even if you kind of let it deteriorate over time, someone's going to buy it. So there, the actual operator work is much smaller. In a thing like Amazon, if you kind of let it go, every year will slowly go down in revenue and profit, and eventually could be worth zero.
Exactly.
So in this case, the operator piece is so much more important. It takes a lot more hours, a lot more effort, a lot more push. And so in our case, that's what we do, right? And so between David and I, we both, manage operations, do strategies. Hey, which brand are we going to buy? What is the growth strategy on it? How are we going to push up the profit? How are we going to push up the sales? What variations are we going to put up? What are the images going to change? And we both work on that. Now, David is the CEO, so he runs the day-to-day operation more than anything. And I'm doing overall high-level stuff like strategies and how exactly it is that, hey, what's the path forward, right? Kind of the vision. And then, of course, we both do a lot of the overall actual Amazon work as well.
Right. So we'll just wrap this up.
Yeah, perfect.
And I noticed that you're very charitable and you give a lot to worthy causes. And what motivates you to do that?
So the point is, like, why do you work and why do you do things? If you have the purpose and drive in any single person, what your overall dream is what's going to drive your actions. If you have no overall goal and you just want to buy a yacht or something, like, you may not be driving so hard, because then you can just get that and you're done. You have an overall thing and it just finishes. So for us, it's like, we want to continue to actually have success in life. I want my kids to do well. I want everyone to do very well. And so what is he going to do with the money? I'm not really cared about myself. I'm worried about everybody else doing well. And because we are like a big family. If your friends and your family don't do well, it's going to eventually spill onto you. If the community's not doing well, you're going to have problems. Right. And so, just like yourself, you're a very charitable person.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate you making the time to give this interview with you, Aaron. I know you're a busy guy.
Awesome, brother.
All right.